Hello friends, welcome to Nityave's Academy. And in our rapid revision series of UGC NET exam, we are discussing all the important poets and all the important works which are important from the NET exam point of view. And in this series, we are discussing at present postmodern British literature poet, the Philip Larkin, which is one of the important poet from the UGC NET exam point of view, and questions are often appearing in the exam from his famous works. And so we are discussing some of the important poems of Philip Larkin in our video series. And today the poem or the work which we are discussing about of the Philip Larkin, that is Mr. Blinley, which was written by Philip Larkin in 1955, and it was included in the Larkin's famous anthology The Whitsun Wedding in 1964. Actually, this poem comprises 7 4-line stanzas with the regular rhyme pattern of ABAB. This poem is a dramatic monologue in which the character of a man called Blinley has been portrayed. So, we are starting to learn all about this poem, and I am explaining this poem line by line. This poem, Mr. Blinley, begins with the landlady speaking and introducing us the character of Mr. Blinley. She says that it was the room of Mr. Blinley, who was her previous tenant. Now the landlady is talking about his lifestyle, and she is talking these all things to the new tenant who have came to see the room, who just want to take it on the rent. And that landlady is talking about Mr. Blinley's lifestyle, who was a previous tenant, and also wants to give some message to the new tenant about his lifestyle. And she says that Mr. Blinley was always living at his workplace, the Bodies. The Bodies, the word indicates here about the place where he was employed, means he rarely comes at the room or just even for rest for some time. Now next, the words are used here till they moved him, which could mean that he either got the sack or died. Next, the description of the curtain in the first stanza are a metaphor for the inhabitant's life. The poet described that the flowered curtains, which means Mr. Blinley was not interested in his room decor. Mostly males don't like flowery or the printed things. Instead of that, they like simple designs. It means Mr. Blinley was not interested so much about his living place. Also, the curtains were not of the proper size. So in these lines, or in this paragraph, in the last 2 lines of this paragraph or the first stanza, the poet wants to show, or the landlady is talking about his tasteless life of Mr. Blinley, as he was living in that room and he was not interested in the decoration or the proper maintaining of his room. Now in the next stanza, it shows how Mr. Blinley could have watched the world industrializing through the window. Next, the landlady say that Mr. Blinley was taking care of her garden properly. She also hints to the next tenant also to care it so. And now in the next 2 lines, bed, upright chair, 60-watt bulb, no hook, behind the door, no room for books or bags. In these 2 lines, the poet tries to show that there are not so much facilities in the room. Even the description of the upright chair indicates loneliness of modern man. 60-watt bulb indicates dim and darkness in the modern man's lifestyle. After that, the poet says here, I will take it. The new tenant decided to live there. However, he does not think this room is a perfect place to live. He finds a lot of inadequacies in it, yet he decided to live. Now he is also lying on the same bed on which once Mr. Blinley laid. He is smoking and putting ashes in the saucer instead of ashtray, which belonged to landlady and it was gifted to her. Now, next, in the fourth stanza, the speaker talks about the radio set. The word jabbering set indicates about the noisy image of the radio set. It was purchased by the landlady on the request of Mr. Blinley. In order to save himself from the troublesome noise of radio, the speaker puts cotton wools in his ears. Until now, the new tenant had guessed the habits and schedule of Mr. Blinley. Mr. Blinley preferred sauce to gravy. And these lines are talked by the next or the new tenant. In the fifth stanza, the poet demonstrates further lifestyle of Mr. Blinley. His lucky number was 4. He loved to spend his holidays with his relatives at Frinton, whereas he used to enjoy Christmas with his sister. In this stanza, the poet also wants to focus about the Mr. Blinley's loneliness life, that once in a year he was going just to celebrate Christmas and he had only one friend, that is Fenton. It means the poet wants to depict here the loneliness of modern man's life. Now in the next two stanzas, there is a change in the structure and tone in the poem. This is where Larkin takes it out from his usual specific subject matter or object into a wider philosophical concept. In first line of the sixth stanza, where he say, "But if he stood and watched the freezed wind," there's shown a little physical movement. The speaker says that if he stand near the window and he will feel the cold wind. Here the word "watch the freezed wind" have philosophical meaning also. As no one can watch the wind, we can just feel it. Here the poet could also mean about the nostalgic lifestyle of modern man. And in the next part of this stanza, the speaker is doubtful that this lonely room is really a home, or he smiled ironically. And these thoughts give him a cold sensational feeling without escaping him from the fear of death. Now in the next stanza or the last stanza, seventh stanza, he used a very important line which can also be important from the exam point of view, from the net exam point of view, and that is how we live measures our own nature. In all this poem, the poet has described about the Mr. Blinley's lifestyle, how he is living, how tasteless his life, he is living lonely and he is not interested in his rooms, its decoration, nothing he had to do with that. So this stanza bears the moral from the poet. How we live measures our own nature. It states that we do with our lives reflect our character. Next, the poet used here the word hired box. It means either the rented room or a coffin, which after death a person reaches there. The last two lines heightened the pessimism in the poem. So conclusively, the poet focuses on the modern life, which is tasteless, dull and ambitionless, where people are compelled to spend life of machines. So it was the basic theme of this poem. Loneliness and surroundings reflect personality. So that's it for this lecture. We will meet soon in the next lecture with one of the important poem of this Philip Larkin, and also some of the other poets which are important from the UGC NET exam point of view. So till we meet next, keep practicing. Thank you.